Yes, the Dr. Dayton Campbell on a fire last night. You hear this, ladies and gentlemen? You hear this? One Dr. Dayton. I want to make sure you like up every day, man. Listen to me. People, this channel is getting a fight. The people in my work, some spiritual wickedness in high places. You hear me? I tell you no? My videos cannot pop. Me can barely get 100 people in our 17,000 subscriber channel. No matter what time I go live. You hear me? Me cannot get. I may have 167 person in my WhatsApp group. As a matter of fact, almost 200 person. May have more than that from a broadcast list, and I cannot get. No matter when I go live, no matter if nobody in a live, I cannot get over 100 people in my chat consecutively. So you see, when you over here and all listen to me, I am asking you, all of my real day one supporters, I need your engagement in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just make night but a talk and I tell you good evening and share the live and them something there. I need you guys to be engaged in the chat. Yes? Especially if you're not at work and you can be engaged. Fair enough? You don't have to donate like that free. Big up yourself, Floyd Shaw. Please. And I mean, I have 97 people here. And it's like, oh my mother grow me. When I come to somebody else, I tell them good evening. I tell them good morning. It's that simple. Like that one basic thing. You feel what I deal with? I understand that some people like, and then there's a like button or a heart right there, so where you can press up like TikTok. You know what I mean? Ian, you was good evening. Hi TikTok. I don't know. Something alright. Something ain't right. Well, I don't know, man. Anyway, come like I mostly we call it labor writer watch me show. Come like I mostly labor writer watch me show. Come like no come right there. When me live most of the time. I swear, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, bro. Somebody say happy birthday to Bolo's mom. Yeah. Oh Lord. Velma say happy birthday. Velma Elatino. I will if people say their birthday wishes. My mother says she does have a happy birthday and she thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. And Miss Collins, big up yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Make way with Dr. Dayton Campbell have to say,
Robert, I want to recognize especially your member of parliament in waiting, a comrade in whom I'm well pleased and anxious to see her in the parliament represented for the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth. I want to recognize your counselor, Youngster for Life, my brother and my friend. And Youngster represents what can be considered as the heart of the People's National Party. Race River. In good times, in bad times, Race River stands with the People's National Party. Listen you to the people of the Race River division. All of the other comments on the platform, comments in the audience, greetings. We don't know this already. Now when me come and talking to all me see. And I don't care what the laborites want to do or say, I talk it how I see. And I realize that the laborites are trying to run an election Based on where people come from, I'm talking about people, bad mind and all of them something. How can you be in government for 2 terms consecutively, 10 years, and when we get to a campaign, your argument is based on where somebody come from and I talk about who bad mind and who this and who that. If you were a government doing any work, you would be campaigning on what you have done for the people. It shouldn't matter where it just comes from because your work should be speaking for you. But because they have not done the work, now they only want to talk about houses. I refuse to allow HOLNESS and the bag of done swim of a run up back on him, say, AP. Hold on. When you say them done, they get vexed, you know. And you can look out for your refuse tomorrow morning, one will say, oh, me call them dunce. But dunce is a word that is in dictionary, you know. And there is a definition for it. And if people's behavior match the definition, then you can use the word to describe it.
That is funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
HOLNESS and the bag of done swim of a run up back on him, say, AP. Hold on. When you say them done, they get vexed, you know. And you can look out for your refuse tomorrow morning, one will say, oh, me call them dunce. But dunce is a word that is in dictionary, you know. And there is a definition for it. And if people's behavior match the definition, then you can use the word to describe it. The who come from here, so who come from there, so he, she, and the old lady. That's not how we put.
Come sit with us. Come sing with us.
Half of the children in Jamaica that are going to school hungry. And we know, so empty plastic bag can't stand up. People can't learn when they're hungry. And so we have said that under the next PNP government, every needy child in school will get 1 warm, nutritious meal per day, free of charge, courtesy of the People's National Party. We understand what poor people pick me up through. When I was going to school, I used to have to buy sugar bun and big Joe box drink and what they could afford. And after lunch, when you go in a class and be a yarn, when teacher reach a blackboard, you know you want thing, because sugar settle down in a yard, you want to sleep. We are going to cut that out and we are going to ensure that the children get a warm, nutritious meal. None of the ingredients to provide that will come from anywhere else. We are going to ask the teachers, the schools to plan out what the meal options are. And when they tell us what they need, we are going to come to you, the farmers, and we are going to say to you, go there and produce the Irish, produce the pumpkin, produce the callaloo, and that is what is going to feed our children. We have projected that we will spend an additional $9 billion on the school feeding program, and we are going to spend that money with the local farmers, especially our farmers in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Another part of the reason why the children are doing well is that some of them don't have the fear to go to school. And so the next PNP government is going to identify 20,000 needy students, and they will get $500 per day towards transportation so that they can come to school. We want your children to become better than you and get better opportunities than you. We want your children to can make life in Jamaica and not to run with our foreign in order to make life. We want when you go there and work hard, you can see what you're working for. You don't feel like you're at work, but you still a suffer. When our children go there and they work hard and qualify to go to university, the government will ensure that the first child in every family that qualifies to go to university will get a full scholarship from the People's National Party so they can go to university and better themselves. From in the 70s, Michael Joshua Manley said free education because this is the party that believes in education as a vaccine against poverty, as a vehicle for upward mobility in our society. So we now run the election about bad mind and where people come from. We are running the election based on what we are going to do to benefit the people of this country. I am tired of people getting up and putting on them clothes to come a politics meeting and somebody look out and say, look by him and she and run back a politics and don't live nowhere. We have to cut out that and make sure that we put housing in place for people in the society. Time come now for our people to have better access to housing opportunity. Yeah, them go around every day and run up on no new taxes. This government, JP government, takes $11.4 billion out of the NHT every single year to put it into the country's budget. The next PNP government is going to cut that out. And when we cut that out, we are going to leave that money in the NHT and we are taking one out of the 11 and we are putting it in a deposit fund that every youngster below the age of 35 who want to buy a house, but you don't have the deposit, the next PNP government is going to give you $500,000 as a grant, not a loan, as a grant towards your deposit so you can purchase a house for yourself. I am tired of young people who go here and live with mama and papa and granny. I come now the young people of them want to keep it grant. And when we cut that out, we are going to leave that money in the NHT and we are taking one out of the 11 and we are putting it in a deposit fund that every youngster below the age of 35 who want to buy a house, but you don't have the deposit, the next PNP government is going to give you $500,000 as a grant, not a loan, as a grant towards your deposit so you can purchase a house for yourself. I am tired of young people who go there and live with mama and papa and granny. Time come now for young people of them want a key, for them want a yard. PNP is going to ensure that we have housing for young people. We are going to build 50,000 low-income houses in our first term in office. 50,000. Those houses, none of them will pass $10 million. None of them. What this government is doing now, selling NHD house for $30 million, Michael Manley are turning in our grave to your wicked Andrew HOLNESS and when I mash up the National Housing Trust. All constituencies, including Northeast St. Elizabeth, the candidates have been asked, identify the suitable piece of because every constituency will get at least 500 of those low-income houses built within that constituency. And when we build those houses, if the house comes to $10 million and the land part of it is $2.5 million under the next PNP government, any housing scheme that is built or sponsored by the NHP, the people will not pay for the land portion of the price in the house. You will get the land portion for free. They ask, how can we do that? We can do it because we are not taking out the $11.4 billion to put into the country budget. We are leaving it with the NHC. You have made the sacrifice for the last 12 years, and so you won't pay for the land portion of any development that we do. So Dwayne, you're right. When the PNP turned government and Mark Golden is going out there, Mark Golden won't be putting up ribbon to open one dege house. We are going to open housing scheme in Grace River, housing scheme in Balaclava, housing scheme in Silo, housing scheme in Santa Cruz. And at no time will you see Mark Golden with a sledgehammer and come lick down poor people's house and run them off of land and Labour government to that. We have in our society, remember now here, when Michael designed the National Housing Trust, I want you to follow me here. The Housing Trust was designed for the low income contributors. He was trying to ensure that poor people can have a roof above their heads. He was trying to ensure that poor people can have a roof above their head. We have currently in our society people that are farmers, people that are barbers, people that are hairdressers, people that are selling in a shop, them are cook. We have people that are driving taxi. All of them need a house. They don't have a pay stub. So they can't go down to MHC right now because they don't have a pay stub. The next PMP government, when we build those houses and you see it and like it, we are going to allow you to move into that house and pay rent for the first 6 months. Once you show us that you are disciplined and you are willing to pay the rent, we will convert the rent to mortgage and you move from renting to owning that house under our rent to own policy for the next government. This is part of the reason. When I go to the meeting, I make sure I talk about what we plan to do. Because I don't want us to get carried away at the meeting and people come out and realize that I want bigger things we have planned in the next PNP government. I hear some people are running off them out, but we don't have no plans. It's not true. We have a whole heap of plans and things that you will be direct beneficiaries of. You know how many people in Jamaica that currently can't own a house, that once we put those policies in place, will suddenly be able to finally own a house and live in dignity. We have agriculture as a critical ministry. 262,000 Jamaicans are registered as farmers. This government put the Minister of Agriculture from St. Elizabeth. They put the State Minister of Agriculture from St. Elizabeth. And they did that because of all the food that is produced in Jamaica. St. Elizabeth produces a quarter of it. Meaning, if you produce 100 pounds, hold on with that. If you produce 100 pounds of anything, 25 out of the 100 come from St. Elizabeth. It is the best farming parish in the entire country. And they put the minister and the junior minister from St. Elizabeth and agriculture still there on the back. How can it be that agriculture still on the back? They have done everything to ensure that the local farmers cannot make it in life. And what they have done is to give them friend and company permit to import food coming out of Jamaica that the local farmers can produce, not under the PNP government. We are going to ensure that we put our farmers to work to produce those items locally.
Time come, some are got charged for corruption. Oh yes. Why Bolo? Some are got charged for corruption. Time come, some are got charged for corruption. Oh yes.
Roger clock, His name come up several times since night. Roger Clark of blessed memory. Ensure that we got to 90% self-sufficiency in Irish, meaning that we produce 90%, 9 out of 10 of what we needed where Irish is concerned. There is no reason why Jamaica should be importing Irish and onion and them things when we can produce it locally right here. And so the next PNP government is going to ensure that when we reach in there, we support local agriculture so that we can become self-sufficient in the production of Irish and onions and some other crops. Money worth of food. No. When you look at how much money worth of food we import in Jamaica, no. When you look at how much money worth of food we import in Jamaica each year, that has moved from 800 million US dollars in 2016 when this government, Labour government, took over, and they have doubled it, moved it to 1.6 billion US dollars in the 10 years that they have been in office. Double it. We have said that we are going to take some of the taxes that we put on imported food. You know, tourism bossy, them have tourism enhancement fund. Healthcare bossy, them have national health fund. Technology bossy, them have universal service fund that have put up Wi-Fi and everything. Time come now for farmer bossy because we are going to put in place the agriculture development fund that will help our local farmers. What are some of the things that we want to do from the agricultural development fund? One, we are going to put some of the money on the PC bank so that farmers can get loan, get access to funding, so you can go there and produce and feed this nation. Two, we are going to ensure that we build out irrigation into the communities so that you can have irrigation on your farm. Yes, we're going to continue the big projects. But if you are farming on 5 acre, 3 acre, we are going to help you to dig the pond and give you the pond liner and give you the irrigation system so you can irrigate your farm. We are going to ensure that we build out storage, and we're not going to ask you to move all the way over so in every area that we have significant farming, we are going to put a 40-foot reefer solarized container so that you have access to storage. Time come now for farmers to be able to store their produce when they come in and have to lose it when plucked upon the market. We are also going to buy heavy duty equipment so that we can come in and help you with land preparation. And we are going to ensure that we spend some time and money on research so that when you have disease affecting onion and disease affecting, and that quickly we can treat it so that you can get value for the hard work that you put in. So comrades, I'm going to wrap it up there because a long time ago then. But I say to you, we not just say we want to go in a power. We not come to a microphone and go talk about who bad mind or who bad mind is. A fool argument then. Because the first thing is that we could have never bad mind people who can explain how them get them things. In 2020, this Prime Minister.
That is funny, honey.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Microphone and go talk about who bad mind or who bad mind is. A fool argument then. Because the first thing is that we could have never bad mind people who can explain how them get them things. In 2020, this Prime Minister, 6 months before the election due, in the middle of COVID, and with COVID he could have gotten an extra 6 months. This Prime Minister went to Parliament in a one suit with one green flags. Read Papi shoulder. big suit and tie but green clocks, and he called the election in August of 2020, and we had the election on the 3rd of September. Now we are 2.5 months away from 5 years, and every day they get up on a campaign about them already to call the election. They can run, but they can't hide. They must call the election, and when they call it in Northeast St. Elizabeth, they ever get a beating. They must get a beating. They must get a beating, because time come now for Comrade Jess to show them that she is the best and the person to represent this constituency. God bless you, and have a good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, how can you argue with a man like this? How can you argue with the logic? I'm sorry I wasn't covering this last night. Sunday night. This was fire. He addressed Daryl Vaz epically. His statements about Badman is stupid. His statements about them not having plans is asinine. Man, the man just gave you so many plans that they have. It's ridiculous. If I'm a farmer in Jamaica, I am super excited. You know what's impressive? The practicality of the plans. That's what's impressive. We have all of these. Pat W doing love. Salute to you, Velma. Big up everyone there on the live, right? We have all of these schools. Right? And you have students that them parents can't find, food. Like it's hard. Where the minimum wage is $16,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what some people drink at the bar in the day, on a regular day. And I'm not exaggerating. By the time them go and them sit down and then buy two people drinks, and them carry them friend them, and them bust 2 round, depending on what they're drinking, $16,000 gone a belly and gone in a toilet. It's just the reality. It is just the reality. You cannot grow with that type of income. Alfie, how are you doing? Good night to you, city. You cannot grow. So look at the practicality of the plans that they have. Daryl Vaz, you're a liar. You came out on the platform and said that the PMP has no plans. You're a liar. Alright? You guys have been stealing the PMP plans. And they waited the perfect time when there was an official budget in the House of the Representative so that the world could see whose plans it was. Because you guys are really good at stealing ideas. Very good at stealing ideas. So, the man said, we need our farmers then. We're going to work with our farmers. Farmers, listen. We're going to get the itinerary from the school, meaning the list of things that they would normally cook per week for the students that involves a nutritious meal. It's not just any meal, a nutritious meal. One that they can actually have the energy after lunch to do their schoolwork and not have niggeritis because them eat sugar and them get slowed down. The sugar actually does that to you, especially in the sun. Right? It's a fact. You start to get weary. Yes? So, to give them some iron, some vitamins, some protein in their diet. Boom. Farmers, we need this, and this in terms of crop. And you have farmers who do chicken, you're going to need the chicken them too. You have farmers who do pig, you're going to need the pig them too. Whatever the meal entails. Yes, these farmers are going to get what you know called a guaranteed income per month. It's really a weekly basis, but dealing with the government, you're probably going to get the money per month. So on every 2 weeks. So on a monthly basis, you are guaranteed income based off your produce that is needed. They do this in the hotels. Hotels have big contractors of farmers that like farm certain fruits and stuff like that specifically that they want for the hotel. Big contracts, right? So the $9 billion that they're going to put into feeding the kids so them stay in school and get an education, not only is it helping the kids, but the families that are farmer families is going to get income now to grow their own families and to better their own situation. The same tax dollars that you pay is coming back to you. Not only that, we're talking about food security, which is very important. The farmers have a very important job to make sure that our children get not just nutritious meal, but the food is of the highest standard. And it's safe and it's clean and it's not going to poison them or not like that. You get what I'm saying? They must have good nutrition. So we can lessen the sicknesses of diet this and the diet that. Good, nutritious food. How can you say that the PNP don't have plans? I never heard the JLP with that plan, you know? Did you? Did you guys hear the JLP come up with that plan? To keep the money within the people of Jamaica, to make sure that they benefit. You cannot understate the importance of farming when farming employs so many people. Farming needs to become sexy again. The man, you need to see the farmer, them drive up in some big van. You hear me say? AC cool like wow. You wheel them might have dirty, but bro, you know much for that? Can roll over any terrain. Right? Farmer if you make so much money, they can branch off and start by equipment where they can rent out for construction. Because Jamaica need to build. There's so much expansion that can go from farming, it's ridiculous. Right? And the most exciting, Simone, how you doing, love? The most exciting part about the plans that the PAP has, the young people, the $1 billion coming from the 11 billion, 11.4 billion, $500,000 to pay down on your house of choice that you decided they want to buy. Because they recognize that the money up front is one of the reasons why most people don't have a house. They can't pay for the first payment, which is the biggest payment. So here's some help. Here's 500,000, not the $20,000 where them take from the revenue of future earnings to boast about that they give us a tax back. No, $500,000 to young people so they can actually pay down on their own home. So they can have them own time and have them independence. You the man saying tired for see youth I live with their mother. In tired for see people come out the place. And them don't have a good, them a rent house. And them a come a meeting, political meeting. Yo, big up Dr. Dayton Campbell. And the most exciting part for me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an entrepreneur. Alright? I don't have a limitation to how much money I can make. However, it is hard for me to prove to the people in the bank that, oh, I made this. There's no paperwork. There's no paperwork. There's no consistent flow of money. It can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. Hey, you have to maneuver. You have to be skilled. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. But what they have said is, we know that there's a lot of you Jamaicans that are entrepreneurs. Them never say you comrades, you know. Them say we know that you, a lot of Jamaicans, ladies and gentlemen, are out there, right, that are entrepreneurs. And you do make a lot of money. Boy, you carrying some money, boy. Right? But there's no bank statements. Because you're hustling. You're in the streets. You're there everywhere. You do your thing. Right? You buy and sell. Hey, me soon go to that in a Simone. Simone, me have a touch upon that tonight. Just hold on a little bit now. Yeah, Simone, I jump a gun, you know. Hold on. a bangarang. Anyway, I'm going to touch on that, Simone. I'm going to add something too. Because somebody sent me an article that I have to present to you guys. Anyway, yes, so the rent to own initiative, where you pay rent until you turn mortgage. Listen to me. I have never sat down, was in a corner, overheard anything that got me so excited. You hear what I said? When I heard them say that we have a rent to own initiative where you rent and you pay the mortgage after 6 months because you have shown consistently that they can pay, I was like, why them never send this man? Yo, Mark Bolo should be president or the prime minister like 20 years ago. No, not so long. No, I lie, man. Mark Bolo should have been the prime minister of Jamaica after Portia's second term. Because Portia should have get a second term, you know? And then Portia could have give Marky G, and then would have just usher in the Marky G era. Because I know that Portia love Mark Bolo. And she came in politics as far as me understand. So that would have been nothing. You heard what I said? Me say, Marky G should have been in power the last 10 years because my God Almighty, ladies and gentlemen, I probably would have owned 3 houses already. Or at least contributed to 2 others. Because I know my mother I forget one, my sister I forget one, and my brother I forget one, and me I forget one. And we always had the mentality of working together. But NHT was hijacked. We went to NHT, we did all of this and we did all of this, and we found out, man, this whole thing is jacked up. It's not like we thought it was. But no, here comes the architect of the NHT to restore the NHT to its rightful purpose. What is more liberating, ladies and gentlemen, than owning your own piece of land and property and house? It's a sense of pride and dignity that comes with that. And the People's National Party is here to restore that amongst all of us. All of us. Big up Dr. Dayton Campbell. And big up the People's National Party. And big up all well-thinking Jamaicans and everybody that has that type of intention, that patriotic intention to serve the people in such a way. We need good people in government. We need good people in governance. We need people that fear God in governance. We need people of principle, pride, integrity, honesty. People that have love, not only for themselves, but also for everyone else. People that are not selfish, come to grab. Come on, big up. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my thoughts. One Dr. Dayton Campbell. One Dr. Dayton Campbell. You hear that?